Check out our new sponsors, The Games Cube. It's a great family-run local game store boasting Australia's biggest selection of MTG singles. Use the coupon code The Eternal Gathering to get 5% off store-wide. Check their site out in the link below. G'day everyone, welcome to the Eternal Gathering. We have a case files to go through, and we're going to the world of Kaldheim. That's how I pronounce it anyways. And we're going to go through a whole case, starting off with two boxes here, but two cases of set booster boxes for Kaldheim. And we're going to do it in a three-part series. And we're going to go through what you would find in a case, which is 6 boxes. And we're doing set boosters because these are the ones that are meant to be cracked, is what they say. And we're doing this on behalf of the Games Cube. And we thank them very much for their sponsorship and being able to open these on the channel for you guys. So we're going to get started. And there is 30 packs, I believe, in each box, and they're kind of like really nice whitish silverish packaging, which looks good. So let's get started, and we'll go through and we'll see what the contents are in the first round. So we've got our Magic Art Series foil. I think you get a foil in each pack. So this is the Dual Land foil, and a little bit of a curve on there. And then we got our commons. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4 commons. 1, 2, 3 uncommons. And we get to our first rare. Old Growth Troll. 3 mana for 4/4. When it dies, if it was a creature, return it to the battlefield. As an enchantment with Enchant Forest you control, and Enchant Forest has tap to add 2 green. It also has 1 tap, sacrifice this land, create a tap 4/4 Troll Warrior creature token travel. I don't think they'll be seeing any play anywhere, but it's our first rare. Ooh, second rare. Alright, Kaldheim, God of Kinship. Okay. So as long as you control 3 or more legendary creatures, it gets +4/+2, so it's a 6/6. And then you can tap 1 and a green to the top 6 cards of your library, and reveal a legendary creature card from under them and put it into your hand. And it turns into the Ringheart Crest. Okay, and that's a legendary artifact. And as a battlefield, you choose a creature type, and then you can tap 1 green mana to spend it only to cast that creature type or any legendary creature spell. Okay, so that's our second rare. Vega the Watcher. Oh, that's nice. This is a nice showcase frame here for this set. So we have our showcase frame, and we've got another foil. Okay, so yes, that's right. So the lands can be foil, and they also cannot be foil. Oh, and then we get our the list card. So Wizard, 2 and a white for 2/2 with kicker 1 and green, or 2 and blue. And when it comes into play, if you pay the kicker cost, destroy a target creature with flying, or draw 2 cards according to the green or the blue. You can play both of them. Okay, interesting. So we've got a list card there. Alright, so that's the first pack. And it seems like we've got 2 rares. I know you can get multiple rares. I'm not sure how many. I think 4 is the maximum if you get the foil rare as well. But 2 is a good start. Oh, sorry. And there is the artist card. There is the land. Oh, that's kind of a little bit bent. But there's the land. I'll put the lands in a pile there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 commons that time. 6 commons and the uncommons. 1. Also Worthy. A Saga. 2. And this is our rare. Okay. Icebreaker Kraken. I don't think this will see much play at all either. Then we got an uncommon. I know there's like wild slots and stuff like that. So this might be the wild slots that we're looking at. And then a Snakeskin Veil. So +++ encounter on target creature control and against hexproof turn a turn. Oh, and we got another list card. Odds and Ends. Flip a coin. If it comes up heads, counter target instant sorcery spell. If it comes up tails, copy that spell and choose new targets. Or target player sacrifices 2 attacking creatures. So that's another list card. So we got 2 cards from the list for 2 packs. Ren and 6, I believe, is still the most expensive card on the list. So there you go. Another land. Snow returns. A lot of snow land and things that are snow permanents or instants and sorceries. Oh, here we go. Raven Laws, an instant. There you go. Where if you pay your snow mana for that spell, then you're going to get extra stuff. Ooh, our first mythic. So Nico Iris. So X, white, blue, blue. And it comes with 3 loyalty counters on it. But also enters the battlefield with X shard tokens. And that's obviously paid by your X there. And shard token, what does it do? They're enchantments with 2 mana, sacrifice it, just scry 1, then draw a card. So pretty much like treasure tokens almost. Probably like an upgrade, I would say. Then you get to +1 up to 1 target creature you control can't be blocked this turn. And whenever that creature deals combat damage this turn, return it to its owner's hand. So you bounce it back after it deals damage. I'm not too sure what you want to use a +1 on a creature to. Yeah, of course it's going to be unblocked, but bring it back to your hand. Unless you've got a lot of ETB abilities, it's going to be a bit troublesome. So it's a lot of play around already with this Planeswalker. The -1 deals 2 damage to target tap creature for each card you've drawn this turn. So again, might not kill every creature, more smaller creature, yes. But you need to be drawing a lot of cards, which these color combinations can. And then you get to create a shard token for -1. So I don't think it's going to see much play, in my opinion. But our first mythic, nonetheless. I like that. Oh, but the mythic here, right there. Blizzard Brawl and a foil Jar of the Forsaken. And we get, T-Bolt, Cosmic Imposter. There you go, emblem. In the back there. It's nice to have an emblem there. Remind the planes. Apparently, COVID is easing, so they're doing more plane trips around here. This part of town. There he is. There you go. Look at that. Just opened him 2 seconds ago. All right, so another land, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so these 6, 7, 8. So those 8 cards, I think, are your commons, uncommons, and you get your rare, which is this legendary squirrel, which can't be counted, is indestructible. Attacks each time combat if able. Whenever a creature you control deals combat to a player, you draw a card. So kind of like an enchantment on the battlefield that can attack. If the way I think about it. Nafri, Betrayer King. I think this guy's actually a very interesting card because it has the ability to return back from the battlefield tapped for 3 mana. So if you're able to play this for 3 mana from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped, that can be at any speed, right? Instant speed. Doesn't say he plays this as a sorcerer only. Now I'm thinking if you're playing a graveyard strategy, you put this in a graveyard, you mill it out, you're getting a 4/3 for 3 mana. That gives all zombies and other snow creatures +1/+1. I might think that this would definitely see some play, at least in Commander. I wouldn't be surprised to see his play in other formats, or at least tried in other formats. Or something gets made that works around his ability. A really interesting card, I think. It's a legendary creature as well, so you can use it as your commander himself. So very interesting card to be able to either put in a deck that has graveyard synergy or to build around him with his ability in mind. Alright, another one of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So mythic. Okay. One of the gods, mythic gods. Auron, god of the cosmos. 3 and 2 blue for a 1/1. But it gets +1/+1 for each card in your hand and each foretold card you own in exile. So it could be much stronger than a 1/1. Still 5 mana is a little bit more than I would be looking at in my creatures to play in constructor formats. At the beginning of your end step, you choose a card type, then reveal the top 2 cards of your library. Put all cards of the chosen type into your hand, the rest of the bottom of your library in any order. So unless you've got a way to actually see what's coming up, you might be, guessing what you're going to be drawing. Yeah, you might hit something good, but at the end of the day, there's a bit of work to do to get that ability to work. This side, the legendary creature bird, when it deals combat damage to a player, you return it to its hand, but then you also scry 2. So if you have this in your hand and you have another copy as well, you can play each side and the legendary rule won't affect it. So that's an interesting kind of mechanic there. But I don't know if it's going to see any play. I would say probably not, in my opinion. Press on the Haunted Edge and open the Omen Paths. Oh, and we get another list card, but this time it's only a Snubhorn Sentry, which is not super interesting. So going a bit slow, guys, I know. Just seeing what these packs are and how they're going. So that's 8 there. Yep. Oh, another mythic. Okay, we've got another mythic. Third mythic. Orvar, the Ore form. Okay, so 3 and a blue for a changeling. So it means it's got every creature type at all times. It's a 3/3 shapeshifter. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, it targets one or more other permanents you control. Create a token that's a copy of one of those permanents. Okay, so you can copy stuff by targeting them. And whenever a spell building your opponent controls causes you to discard this card, create a token that's a copy of target permanent, any target permanent. Okay. So if they make you discard this card somehow, you can create something that's on the battlefield already. Which is interesting in something like Modern, where like Liliana's or like 8-rat kind of decks are forcing you to discard, and you can play this and bring out your own Liliana and try and fight them with that way, or something else that might kill the Liliana. So that's interesting. Right, that's our third mythic. Frostbite and a uncommon there. Foil. Okay, so we're gonna get, it goes 8. I'm pretty sure it goes 8 after the land. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you got your guaranteed rare, and then you can get your wild card, which is Moret of the Frost here, and then you got your foil. So you can only get 3 rares. Is that correct? It seems like. Oh, plus you can get a rare in the list slots of 4. But realistically, you're looking at maybe 2 or 3 if you're really lucky. Some of the art in this is really beautiful though. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Bergy, God of Storytelling. I think this is quite an interesting card actually. I spoke about it in the podcast. 3 mana for 3/3, which is really good. And then whenever you cast a spell, you add 1 red mana until you end of turn. You don't lose this mana as steps and phase end. And then creatures you control can boast twice during each of your turns rather than once. That's not relevant at all. It's just the first one. When we cast a spell, any spell, not instant sorcery. It's creatures, not lands, creatures, enchantments, artifacts, instants, sorceries, planeswalkers, anything. It just reduces it by 1 mana. And that can be quite interesting in decks like Storm in Modern. So I would be very interested to see if that actually makes it there. The other side, 5 mana is quite steep. To discard a card, exile top 2 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn. It's a good engine if you can bring it out. And then you have a lot of draw spells. So if you exile 2 cards, you're able to play spells that let you draw cards. Therefore being able to discard and going up to 2. So it is a good way to kind of give you an engine there. But I think a very interesting card for Storm decks in Modern. I want to see if that actually will take to that format. So far we've got 3 mythics, which is pretty good hit. A couple of the showcase. And these art cards keep coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, Blessing of Frost is our rare. Then our wild card. And then our foil, which this is really interesting. 3 mana to exile any artifact or creature, and then they put a 1/1 blue creature token with flying onto the battlefield instead. Ooh, Stone Rain, old school. Nice. So really interesting. Blue gets to exile a creature. For good. It's for good. I know it's 3 mana, yes, but still, for blue to do that, I could definitely see that scene play in the older formats. Ooh, foil, snow covered, right there. Put that in the foil slot. All right, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, sorry, that's probably kind of wrong there. Search for Glory. All right, so rare. Ooh, Kadura. Just showcase frame and seize the spoils. Elf Warrior token. All right, we've gone through a third of the box. So with this series, we're going to go through the whole case, and thanks to our sponsors, the GamesCube, you can check them out in the description. There's a link there. They've given us these boxes to open, which has been great. And give him, oh, is this the second time? Yeah, we just got him just then. Give him a look and see if there's any product you want to get from them. We do have a code. If you use the Eternal Gathering when you purchase anything online on the store for the GamesCube, anything from there, you get 5% discount just for putting the Eternal Gathering as your promo code there. So really great partnership there, and hopefully get you guys a little bit off your next purchase. Vorinclex. All right, so there was a lot of talk about this card, so let's go through it. And 6 mana, 6/6 Travel Haste. Let's just stop there. That already in itself is going to see play in Standard. I don't see how you cannot play this card just for its pure stats alone as a 6/6 Travel Haste for 6 mana in Standard. Other formats, yeah, okay, 6 mana is quite a lot, but Standard, 100%. Then you go to the other text. If you put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, put twice that many of each of those kinds of counters on that permanent or player instead. So basically like half of doubling season right there. And if an opponent would put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, they would half that many of those kinds on that permanent or player rounded down. So it's like an opposite of your doubling season. So it gives you doubling season, but your opponents don't get doubling season. The only thing that doesn't affect is tokens, but that's okay. It's still pretty good. EDH, say hello to one of your new friends if you're playing counters strategies, whether it's planeswalkers or +1/+1 counters or whatever other counters you might be playing. So say hello to your new friend there. And our 4th mythic for this box, and Run Amok is our foil, another Elf Warrior. Now you can get like the Phyrexian version of that. There's actually like it has Phyrexian text and stuff like that. I think they did a promo or judge foil of the white one. The name eludes me right now, but the white one from back in the day in... Was it Less Scars and Murder Block? Doomscar. 3 for 5 mana to destroy creatures, but you can foretell it for 3. So interesting because you can pay 2 and the next turn on turn 3 have a destroy all creatures spell in Standard. I think this is going to see a lot of play. Other formats, I'm not too sure. Turn 2 is very important in like older formats, especially like Modern. Piney, not as much, but Modern, your turn 2 and turn 3 is really important. So if you're just doing this on turn 2, I just don't see that as being a great play unless, you know, destroying all their creatures on turn 3 is very important for your, I guess, strategy in that regards. Then maybe you can put this in maybe as like a sideboard piece, but I just don't see that same play in the older formats. But definitely, ooh, foil mythic. Sorry, guys. I was gonna say definitely not seeing play. Definitely would see play in standard. I would say, but the holder format's a bit harder. So we get our first foil mythic, Goldspan Dragon. This one actually, I think, is a nice doozy here. So 5 mana, 4/4 flying haste, already really good. And when it attacks or becomes a target of spell, you create a treasure token, and all treasure tokens you control can tap to add 2 mana of any one color. So it gives your treasure tokens the ability to double the mana that they give. And so when you play this and you attack straight away, you're getting 2 mana back anyways. So it's really a 3 mana 4/4 flying haste if you think about it in that regards. So there's our foil mythic, and I put it in the mythic slot there. So that's nice. That's 1, 2, 3, 5 mythics, and we're probably just getting to about halfway through this first box, and we've still got many more to go. So definitely, oh, there you got your little signature there, which is really nice. All right, Verge's Retribution. This is interesting for definitely for commander decks. 4 mana to create a 4/4 white creature token with flying and vigilance. Then angels you control gain tap destroy type creature with power less than this creature's power, and then angels you control gain double strength turn. If you're playing an angel deck and you're playing these colors, definitely would suggest putting this in there. Otherwise, it's still pretty good 4 mana to do all that. I think in standard, this definitely could see some play there. All right, we got another showcase and Depart the Realm. There's a shard token there if you wanted to be interested in what it looked like. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, Finn, the Fangbearer, brings poison back into standard. That'll be interesting. I'll be interested to see if Infect or something comes back into standard within the next few sets. Cosmos Charger, nothing to talk about much there. And another foil rare, Tyrite Sanctum. Again, also nothing really to talk about. And a Horn Helm from the list. Nice. So another foil rare, which is nice. Cyclone Summoner. So too much mana, I think, for that guy. And another, very interesting. 4 mana for a 3/3 Knight. That's basically it. Troken High Guard. Never seen this card before in my life. And I can see why. It's just 3/3 for 4 mana, nothing else. But interesting to see the older cards. Another one of the gold signatures. That looks really nice, actually. I started playing it back in the original Mirrodin, so 2003. So it's still cool to see cards before that, because that's a 1998 card. Varagoth, Bloodsky Sire. Target player searches the library for a card and shuffles their library, puts that card on top of it. That could be interesting in, I guess, commander decks as a way to have a tutor. And you can tutor each turn basically with that if you have the mana available. And we got a nice little foil there of Moritz of the Frost. I feel like these set boosters aren't giving me as many rares as the Zendikar ones did. We'd like to actually see how many we get at the end of this opening, as I try and speed things up. Battle for the Bredegard. I don't see that scene play. Ooh, another foil, and this is a double-sided foil rare. Kozima, God of the Voyage. Interesting mechanics. Able to exile her at the beginning of your upkeep, and then if you do, it gains whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control. You may put a voyage counter on it. If you don't, return this to the battlefield with X plus counters on it and draw X cards with X number of voyage counters on it. And you can flip it to a vehicle, which is crew of 1 for 3/3. And whenever a vehicle you control deals combat damage to a player, that player exiles that many cards from the top of their library. You may play lands from among those cards for as long as they remain exiled. So interesting mechanics there, playing with the exile field. But definitely really cool art. I mean, the showcase art of this is pretty damn cool, if you ask me. I think they did a really good job with the artwork for them. Oh, this is a card I'm a bit iffy on the fence about in terms of burn for modern. Exile top 4 cards of your library, and then until the end of next turn you may play those cards. So it's a draw 4 for 4, which is pretty good. And then whenever you cast a spell, put a +++ counter on target creature control. So it gives like prowess, but permanently gives them that +++ counter. So I definitely see this seeing some play. As a 1 or 2 of, maybe sideboard kind of tech. Oh, Gleaming Reaper, okay. A Angel Berserker. And then we got a Braid. Oh, nice. A Braid and full art. That looks really nice. Good card to be opening, because it does see play in various formats. And the full art version looks really nice, so good to get that in the list. I like how they brought a couple of the full art stuff into the list, like the lightning bolt. I think you get full art as well, which is really cool. Drog Necromancer. You may cast spells from among cards, exile your opponent's own with ice counters on them. Okay. And whenever a non-target creature an opponent controls will die, exile it and put an ice counter. Interesting. Ooh, another one of the showcase frames. Really nice. And a foil there. Last third of the box. And I'll go much quicker in the second box. Just kind of getting a feel for it, guys. Also, share, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. If you haven't already done so, it'd be very, very much appreciated. Thanks for the support for those people who have already done that. Herald unites elves. Give a +1 counter on each elf you control. Is this taking too much time? 4 mana. You're not going to be able to. I mean, standard, yeah, maybe, but anywhere else where elves these play. There's some good elves in this set, but unfortunately, that saga just not helped the cause, in my opinion. So, we haven't seen a mythic for a while. We haven't seen a mythic for a while. Will this pack have a mythic? Alright, Blood on the Snow, Bergstrider, and Carfell Harbinger. So, did not have a mythic. I feel like we need at least another mythic left in this box. I can definitely feel one coming, that's for sure. Alright, Cosmina, this is the non-foil version. And Herald, King of Scamfar. Broken Wings foil. Rune Forge Champion. The runes are a bit disappointing. Just basically being, oh nice, foil version there. Enchantments that can enchant onto artifacts, basically, and give the artifact the ability instead of putting on a creature, which, I mean, I guess that was what was going to happen, but I thought there might be, you know, something else with it to make it a bit more interesting. Weathered Runestone, interesting card. Non-land permanent cards in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield, and then players can't cast spells from graveyards or libraries. So interesting to see if that will see any play. Awakened Shoals and Arnie Brokenbow. Arnie Brokenbow we can maybe talk about. Haste for 3/3 and 3 mana, and then you can boast it for 1 to give its base power to 1 plus the greatest power among other creatures you control on turn. So if you have someone with 3 power already on the battlefield, you just pay this 1 mana, and then this becomes a 4/3. So you can definitely see play in standard. That's where I'm thinking it will see play in standard. That's what I'm talking about for that guy. So interesting, aggressive card there. As we move towards the end. Ooh, another mythic. Okay, here it is. Said it was coming. Eradicator for Valkyrie. I think this is actually a pretty good card. 4 mana, 4/3, flying, lifelink, hexproof from Planeswalkers. And then you can boast it to for 2 mana, sacrifice a creature, each opponent sacrifice a creature or Planeswalker. I think the ability to have hexproof from Planeswalkers will make it a bit harder to get rid of, especially when you got Planeswalkers that bounce and all that kind of stuff in a format. So, that's mythic. Yeah, so I'll put it there. So I'm really interested to see if that does see play. And it's got good stats as well, the flying lifelink. It's not something I definitely could see 100% seeing play, but I think the hexproof from Planeswalkers might just push it over the edge there to see some play in standard. Alright. Very interesting that they made tap fetchable lands that are snow. The Bears of Lijada create 2/2 changeling. A number of shapeshifters become 4/4 permanently, and then you can get each creature with power 4 greater to damage equal to its power to any perm or a permanent. Alright. Last 3 packs for this first box. We've got these lands that came back. This is a non-full art. The full art are much better to look at, but definitely does see play. So there is our first. There's 4 of them, I believe, in this set. Double-sided or MDFC land, I should say. So you can choose either side. In Search of Greatness. Not much to talk about there either. As we come to our last pack for box 1. A Seeker's Chariot. So this is a vehicle. Into the battlefield, you get 2/2 green cat tokens, and then whenever it attacks, create a token that's a copy of type token you control. Interesting. Interesting is what I can say about it. As we finish there, so we've got our mythics, which one of them was a foil, but we've had 6 mythics overall, which is pretty good. Pretty good. So 6 mythics and rares. We've got on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 2 being foils. So 32 plus 6 is 38 rares altogether. Plus we got, I believe, 1 in here, right? Yeah, that's a rare. And 1 rare in the list slot. Alright, let's go to our next box as I get these ready and get us set for box number 2. Okay, we're back with box number 2 now in our first part of this series, and I'll go quicker in this one Probably stop to talk about some of the mythics if we haven't already seen them. Interesting that they've increased the mythic, I guess, counts with these MDFCs, and I'm guessing that's going to be like that for most part of the year, since they're going to be doing MDFCs for Strixhaven as well. So they've upped it to 20 mythics. Oh, 2-bot trickery, seeing a lot of play at the moment in Arena, and doing some trickery stuff there. Crippling Fear, and Murderous Cut there. Okay, so let's go there and let's put that there. That can be our mythic slot when we hit mythics. Rare and foil. The GamesCube also runs tournaments, so if you like to play Magic, but they play other card games as well, definitely go check them out and see on their Facebook page. I would say that they have their I'm so confused of where I'm putting stuff. I think because we didn't have any tokens. There we go. Sorry, guys. Bit of a mind blank there. I was just saying, yeah, on their Facebook they have what tournaments they got, and they're running on a weekly basis. They play, I'm pretty sure, like Dragon Ball Super, the card game, as well as Magic the Gathering. I'm not sure about other TCGs. But have a look anyways, if that's something. They're in Parramatta in New South Wales, Australia, for anyone that's watching overseas. Alright, so we'll put that there, and this foil can go there. No massive hits so far. Started this second box. Ooh, here we go. Kaya. 5 mana, 5 loyalty, +1. Put a ghost form counter on one target non-token creature. It gains when this creature dies or is put to exile. You get to return it to its owner's hand, and then create a 1/1 spirit creature token with flying. I think that ability in itself is amazing. I think the ability to +1 on one of your creatures, to give it basically a pseudo indestructible, being able to bring it back to your hand and then cast it again later on if it gets exiled or destroyed, and you can put one on each of your creatures each turn. Yes, okay, you might need to have creatures on battlefield first, but turn 5 you should have something on there. And then -3 is exile target non-land permanent. Any non-land permanent you get to exile. So that is really strong already there. That was on Khan Liberated, and Khan Liberated is extremely strong. I know it can get any permanent, but basically this is almost a fixed version of that, because Khan can get the lands, but exiling any non-land permanent for -3, that's amazing in itself. And then the emblem, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may cast a legendary spell from your hand, graveyard, or among cards you own in exile without paying its mana cost. Basically, you -7 it, you can cast it again straight away. So this is unbelievable as a Planeswalker. I think this is going to see a lot of standard play. I just don't see this not seeing standard play. It will definitely see standard play. Other formats, I reckon it has the ability to see play in the older formats as well. I think it's that good. I don't think it got enough praise in the preview season. That +1, I think, and the -3 are amazing abilities to have on the Planeswalker itself. So definitely something that I'm going to say is definitely going to be one of the better cards in this set. I might be wrong, but that's just my thoughts on the card. And I really think that it was slept on a little bit. I think those abilities, people are just underestimating how good the +1 is, and the ability to just exile anything on the battlefield is also really strong, really strong. You got to see playing standard for as long as it's there, definitely, in my opinion. All right, we get a card from the list in the last slot there. Definitely, I think the best Planeswalker too in this set. I'm not sure if it's the best card in the set, but it'd be one of the best cards in the set, in my opinion. Ooh, Crystalline Sliver. Gives you Sliver's Shroud. That's a really nice sliver actually to have. And good ability. If you're playing a sliver deck in Commander, definitely would have that running in it. And of course you're playing 5 colors if you are playing slivers in Commander. Like, why wouldn't you play the 5 colors? It'd be crazy not to. One-third of the box down after this pack. Alright, 2 rares, double rare pack. See, this is interesting. So, rare, and then you get another uncommon. So, I'm not too sure what slot that is. Brain Freeze. So, I play put 3 cards in the library into their graveyard. Storm. Yeah, I just don't get what slot that was to give me that kind of correlation of cards. Let me know in the comments below if you have a better understanding of how these packs work. So far, the 1 mythic in this second box. So nothing to write home to quite yet. Ooh, another Vorniclex. All right. So I think Vorniclex will be one of the more valuable cards also in the set. Definitely in terms of monetary value. That would be my guess. I'm not sure what the most expensive card is in previous season. Open these packs actually before the actual set has been released. So I would probably think it would be up there as one of... Oh, here we go. So now we've got a rare, and then a common. So does that mean that you could get 3 rares in a pack? It was a saga as well, so I don't know how that works, if the sagas are in a different kind of sheet or something like that. But yeah, that just kind of throws me off a little bit. I wonder if there was 8 commons and uncommons. I mean, I wasn't counting. So let's go do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 7. So you get an extra rare here. So you get 1, 2 rares. So you're getting an extra rare there. Ooh, there's another rare here. Decree of Annihilation. Destroys all lands if you cycle it. And then you get to exile all artifact creatures, lands, graveyards, and hands from the game if you pay for its full cost. Okay, so the saga gives, instead of being a common, uncommon slot, is in that rare slot there. Interesting. Arnie Broken Bolt. About halfway through this second box. As we're getting towards that hour mark, hopefully the next few boxes will be much quicker for you guys. Alright, so we've only got 1 rare in this one. So it's really weird. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah. Only 1 rare, which is a saga. Yeah, okay, that was weird. Just, I don't get it. I just don't understand the way it's supposed to be. Unless there's like an error of some sort. Ooh, the World Tree. We can talk about this one. I think it's broken in the fact that it's not legendary. I think I made a mistake there. I think this will make 5-color decks in standard very attainable. You just play 4 of these in your deck, and you can likely to hit it. If you can be able to search your library for a land card, I'm not sure if there is something in standard because I don't play standard, but I'm sure there's something that will be able to let you find a land card. You can play 5-color decks really easily. So interesting that you can have 4 on the battlefield at the same time, because you need 6 more lands to get that ability in the first place. But if you're playing a lot of ramp kind of spells, I think standard, this might be problematic in my opinion. So I'll be interested to see what it does in standard. I mean, other places, other formats, it has the potential. It has the potential to be seen play in the older formats. But standard definitely, and an EDH, if you're playing 5-color decks, you're playing one of those 100%. 100%. There's just no drawback to having that ability on a land. It's just a free chromatic lantern. So I would be playing that every single 5-color deck from now on. It's just that good. And yeah, the ability not to be legendary, because then you have the drawback of if you only have one on the battlefield already, it's kind of meaningless to get another one on the battlefield. And I get that they want to like make feel bads less common in Magic. Ooh, as we get another mythic. But I think it's just something that they should have maybe, even with like the lore, it's like the World Tree. So that's my probably biggest, I guess, strike against this set is that card. All right, Valkyrie, God of Lies. This is a card I can see potentially seeing play in Modern. Valkyrie, God of Lies, 1 and a black, 2/1, ETB. You look at your opponent's hand and get a creature, exiled it until he leaves the battlefield. But then you can also pay X to choose a creature card, exile with Valkyrie, with command and mana cost X, and then it becomes a copy of that card. So even if you make it a copy of that card and then Valkyrie dies, they get that creature back anyways, or they get that card back in their hand. But the reason why I think this card is really good is of a card called Uro. There's a card called Uro, and that card is, or even if you're playing Croxar, that card is insane. If you can get that on turn 3 with Valkyrie. So what you would do is you play Valkyrie, get the Uro out of their hand, and then on your subsequent turn, pay 3 mana to make this into a copy of Uro. And then I just don't see how you can lose the game from there. Turn 3 Uro on the battlefield. And then you've got the other side, which we haven't even talked about, which is the Planeswalker side. Tibalt, Cosmic Imposter. So 7 mana is a big cost. I give you that. But we're in Modern, we can get around that. We can play cards with Cascade. So cards like Bloodbraid Elf in Jund can cascade into this because this costs 2 mana on the front side, which is what it sees. And it says you can cast this card, but this card is actually 2 cards in one. So you can cast this side. So you can cast a 7 mana from the cascade of a 4 mana spell. So you get a 4 mana creature with 3/2 haste that lets you play also a 7 mana Planeswalker. And the Planeswalker itself is just value. So it says as it enters the battlefield, you get an emblem. You may play cards exiled with Tibalt. And then you may spend mana as a mana of any color to cast those spells. You can exile top 2 cards of each player's library in 2-player game. It's 2 cards, and it's a +2, so put up to 7. That's really hard to kill. -3 exiles target artifact creature, so it's removal. It is removal. And a -8 exile all cards from all graveyards. Add 3 red mana. Look, -8 isn't amazing. It isn't amazing, but it gives you value. This card is all about value, and I can see it definitely seeing play in modern, in the Jund decks. So have a look and see what that does. It might not get there. It might be a bit too precious, but I think Valkyrie itself, being on the play, getting that Ura out of their hand, or getting something out of their hand, and then being able to play it as a creature the next turn, or pump it and pay the X mana to make it a copy of that creature. I think a little bit underestimated there too. Yes, you're going to get that creature back eventually when your Valkyrie dies, but it can give you a lot of value there. The whole card just screams out value to me, which is really good in obviously short formats, because if you get that snowball effect, you get that extra card advantage, whatever it might be. It can go a long way to helping you win the game in those formats. Alright, Fire of Heroes. Don't think it's going to see any play. It's too niche. It's too niche to be a combo kind of enabler. Let's come down to our last third of the box. Calamity Bearer. Scroll Rack. Ooh, that's a nice hit. You know that Scroll Rack was in this set. So Scroll Rack is a nice hit there. Definitely for EDH in the list slot. So nice hit there in that list slot. We got 3 mythics so far. I don't think we've hit any foil rares in this box as of yet. Ooh, that is a borderless though. A borderless mythic. Quakebringer. A lot of stuff happening here, but I just don't see it seeing a lot of play. So opponents can't gain life. Beginning of your upkeep, it does 2 damage to each opponent. Triggers only if it's on the battlefield or if it's in a graveyard and you control a giant on the battlefield. And it has a foretell ability, but I just don't see it seeing play. You need to be very heavy, I guess, into what is a foil rare? Reckless Crew. Into giants, and yeah, maybe standard. You might have a giant deck, but outside of just standard, there isn't. Even commander, it'd be very hard to make like a giant deck that's worthwhile. We'll see what happens, but I just don't think that it's one of the better cards in this set. Russia's Valkyrie. Angel's getting a bit more of a power boost in this set as well, which is nice to see. I like my Angels. I think they look amazing, and I love the lore behind Angels. Cosmo Elixir. And another foil rare, Battle of the Bredegard. As we go to our last 5 packs. Hope you guys have enjoyed this first part of the series of case files, which we do every time a new standard set comes out. We do a whole case worth of that new set. And if you want to check out some older videos, by all means, do so. We have playlists of case files. We've got other stuff happening on a thing. I've put on some gameplay videos, so have a look at that. Let me know what you think about the gameplay videos that I've just put up, live gameplay of some of the deck techs that we've done. And pretty much thinking of doing some more of those in the future. So have a look at those as well. Let me know what you guys think of those in the comments below for those videos. As we come to our last 3 packs now, for box 2 for our first part of this series. A Another foil rares. 3 foil rares now. 3 foil rares. 4 mythics. We get a mythic in the close. We had 6 in the last box. 1, 2. We got a Shuriken there. Last pack. Here we go. Anything good? Turret Sanctum. And no, nothing good there in a close, unfortunately. Alright, quick recap of what we got. We got our 4 mythics. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 38 rares. That's a lot of rares. 3 of them being foils. So 38 plus 4, 42. That's more than our last box in terms of rares by about 4, was it? So really good hits there, I guess. Less mythics, but still more rares. And then we've got a scroll rack. And we get another rare. Yes, Decree of Annihilation as our rares in the list slot. Crystalline Sliver is actually another good hit there. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the first part of this Kaldheim series. As always guys, everything on the stack has resolved, and good games everyone.